Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and everything in between, it's Broc Gardner versus the world. I'm glad you could make it, dude. I'm glad you could be here with me because you know what? This is my dream and this is my goal. And my goal and my dream, you want to know what it is? Do you really want me to tell you? Fine, I'll tell you right now. It's to entertain you and give you stuff that you guys are going to, I don't know, laugh at, smile at, think happy at. I don't know. I just want you guys to, be chill and have a place where you can come and just, be entertained. I'm like the guy from Gladiator. Are you not entertained? I'm like the one guy, Gerard Butler. When was the last time Gerard Butler made a good movie? Can we ask that question? When was the last time? Is Gladiator even that good? I saw like 2 minutes of it, and it kind of sucked. Anyways, I don't need to make any enemies with freaking Gladiator, dude. That's the last thing I need right now. This week, dude, we had on a guest. It wasn't just me. Thank the Lord, huh? We had on Wyatt and Jack from GoodTimeMedia. You might have seen them on TikTok. They're always on my TikTok. They have a morning show that they do live every single morning, Monday through Thursday, 10 to 11 Eastern time, a.m. And yeah, dude, you guys should definitely go check them out. Good Time Entertainment, Good Time Content. Go check out their TikTok, their Instagram, their YouTube. Everything should be linked below. If I did my job correctly, which usually I do, because I'm just that good and I'm just that amazing, dude. Confidence is key. So yeah, dude, we're going to do an interview with them first. And then after the interview, you boys got some stuff to just kind of spew and throw some stuff, spit at the wall or whatever that thing, spitball, throw ideas at the wall, something, whatever that is. I combined them both, I think. But yeah, dude, so stick around after. We're going to have some good laughs. We're going to have some good insights. Going to make you think, oh, that's awesome. That's cool. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, that's funny. Ha. That's what today's episode's going to be, dude. And dude, oh my goodness, dude. I'm so hyped for like everything coming in this podcast. Like the last episode sucked so bad. Worst podcast I've ever done in my life. So many issues. Because for some reason, my card had like 119 gigabytes, but there was nothing on it. And it had 119 gigabytes full. Question, what the F does that mean? Anyways, I fixed it and I cleared it finally. So we don't have any more of those issues. I'm finally hyped up, dude. I wasn't hyped up last episode. I wasn't hyped because my boys left and I was kind of a little bit down in the dumps. But now, dude, I'm looking in my mind's eye or whatever and I'm looking at the future. And I'm seeing what this podcast is going to be in like 1 month when I get moved down and everything's good, dude. And everything's going to change. This podcast is going to be completely different. In 1 month, this podcast is going to be completely different. There's going to be more people on the show. It's not just going to be your boy's brain. Your boy's going to be there. It's going to be the majority of your boy's brain. Because why would I be a part of something if I'm not the one making it, Obviously, I'm going to be there. Don't be dumb. Obviously, I'm going to be there and I'm going to be putting my thoughts into it, but there's also going to be other people producing and helping with the show, and we're going to be doing it together, and we're going to have fun stuff, different segments. I've already got stuff planned out, dude. We got different segments, different events, different people. We got old friends coming on, new friends coming on. We're going to have new people. We're going to learn new people, new ideas, dude. We're going to have new fun, make new memories on the show, dude. So if you're not on the boat yet, dude, you better get that way. Because you're going to want to be, dude. In 1 month, it's going to be so insane how fun and how good this podcast is going to be. It's going to blow your mind, and you're going to want to get on the boat as soon as you possibly can. So the way you do that is you, number one, like this podcast. Number two, subscribe to this podcast. Number three, you're going to want to comment, and you're going to want to leave a review if you're listening on Apple Podcasts or any of those. But if you're watching on the YouTube, dude, literally just take a second and just like the video. Like, it's not hard. And then you can do a comment or whatever. Usually I put something in the description that's like, comment this. And definitely subscribe, dude. And if you want to, hit the notification bell. You can follow me on Instagram. Everything that you need is linked below. And you can find everything there, dude. And I just know you're going to want to be on this train. When this train takes off and the conductor, me, is saying all aboard and I'm punching tickets, dude, you're going to want to be on that train. Okay? Just let me tell you right now. Anyways, we're going to go to the interview with Wyatt and Jack from GoodTimeMedia. Talk about a lot of fun stuff over there. Have a good time and stick around because your boys got some stuff to say, as always. See you guys.
Yeah, I'd like 3 orders of garlic chicken.
And
then 3 orders of white rice.
then.
And then... Oh, hey, you guys want soup? Sure. Yeah, 3 orders of wonton soup.
And then.
Oh, some fortune cookies, too.
And then.
Gosh, I think that's about it.
And then.
That's it.
And then.
No and then. That's all I want.
And then.
Then nothing else, because I'm done ordering, okay?
And then.
And then I'm gonna come in there and I'm gonna put my foot in your ass if you say and then again!
And then.
Where are you guys at right now?
A little
with that.
town called Westfield, Indiana. We're in my attic, actually. We turned the studio into
Gotcha.
an attic for the summer, and it's hot as balls, but it is what it is. You gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, where is that studio?
Yeah, so this used to be literally just a storage space. Like my attic, we have a lot of ground up here. So I just decided, I was like, I'm not gonna pay for a space all summer. So I cleared this whole thing out and just kind of build up a few walls, green screen behind us, put a couch up here and called it a day. But I will say it gets really hot up here. That's the biggest downside.
Yeah, I bet. How much would like a space cost? Have you researched that at all? Because
I've thought about researching it multiple times, but never actually have. As long as I have a space like this to use, I'm not going to pay a dime for this stuff. So
Gotcha.
I'd rather, at this point in our careers, I'd rather save as much money as humanly possible. So.
Yeah, that's what's kind of fun though, dude. When you're starting out, trying to do stuff like this is just trying to like make do with what you have. And like you guys have like a cool setup. Like I like your setup. I think it looks sick.
It's hilarious because there's so much just random shit up here.
Yeah,
half
of it isn't even.
That's why it's cool.
Yeah, half of it you can't even see. So like we have.
Oh really?
We got this whole wall over here of just
dang.
random like posters and stuff I've collected over the years and stuff like that. So it's just a hodgepodge thing. So it is, again, I like it. It works for us.
Yeah, it's sick. What's the deal with the chalkboard behind you? Will you guys explain that a little bit? I was trying to figure it out.
Yeah, I got it. So this is the A list. The numbers don't mean anything, but there are basically any of our viewers, if they donate, ask a lot of questions, whatever, whoever the top interactors are throughout the summer, we add their name on. They can be taken off. They can be put back on. But at the end of the summer, the top 10 people that are on there will all receive a merch package. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So we keep a running list throughout the summer. We also, there's a little section in the corner you probably can't see. It's called the band list. Those are people we don't associate with, whether they make us mad, whether they're mean to us, or we just don't like them.
Yeah.
So, and we have a rule. There's a rule in our show. We can only have 3 people on the band list. That's 1 per each person. We have 2 hosts and then Jack producing behind camera. Right now, we have Papa John. Why is Papa John?
Because you called them for the Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grade?
So I called Papa John for a phone a friend, and they didn't answer. So Papa John is canceled.
So the entirety of the Papa John Corporation is on the band list. None of them can get a merch pack.
Or maybe just Papa John himself. I don't know. We haven't really talked that one through. Also, the entire network of ABC is on there.
Okay, what's the reasoning behind that?
That's a long story. Basically, I've had a lot of interviews with a bunch of people from like the Bachelor and Bachelorette world, and a few of them have gotten back to me and was like, "Hey, like ABC just kind of bitched me out for coming on your podcast." And so, since they don't like me, I'm reciprocating that, and I was like, "I don't like you now."
Yeah.
So
that's fair.
We ban ABC, but we also consume. We realize ABC owns a lot of things, so it's kind of hard to not consume their content. Yeah. So they're on there just kind of for show, but I still watch the show. Don't worry. And then last one is the whole field of study called dermology, also known as dermatology. We just couldn't fit the whole word, so that's another phone a friend incident. We called them, and they got the question wrong. So we banned them too.
Okay.
So that's our ban.
Got you. Yeah. That's awesome, dude. So let's move back a little bit. Yeah. Okay. Let's introduce yourselves.
Yeah, these guys, people listening have no idea who we are.
Yeah. That's my bad. I'm such a good podcast host. You guys don't understand. Like totally understand how to conduct interviews.
Oh, you're killing it. You're killing it so far.
As you can clearly tell, dude. So let's introduce yourselves real quick.
I'm gonna give my producer Jack the go ahead. You go for.
Yeah. So I'm Jack Laub. I'm the producer / third co-host behind the camera for this show, Two Dudes, One Couch. Right over here, we've got Wyatt Metzger, founder and CEO of Good Time Content, and also one of the hosts of the Two Dudes, One Couch show.
Yeah, and Two Dudes, One Couch is kind of just a summer show. So I started the company Good Time over a year ago. We basically cover a lot of ground. It's really just trying to make the internet a fun place again because it kind of sucks. Everything sucks. Everyone just loves to be this big ball of negative energy on there. So it's like, I was doing enough. I had a podcast, had a blog and everything. So I wanted everything under one roof. Started Good Time about a year ago. And then I knew I wanted to do some type of live morning show type thing this summer. So reached out to Jack, reached out to Cole, the other host who couldn't be here today. And we just kind of Two Dudes, One Couch was kind of born organically. We wanted to do something every day. And it kind of just snowballed from there. And here we are on the couch. So
gotcha.
What it is.
So this is kind of an odd question. How much thought went into the Two Dudes, One Couch name?
That's a great story, actually. So it's not that was not the original name of it. It was meant as a joke. So what happened was I invited Cole up here. We were going to film some promos for the first episode, and the original name of it was Brightside. And then the promo video was a joke where we were going to say, okay, what should the name of our show be? Like, kind of throw out a few stupid ideas and then eventually end up on Brightside. And then a couple of the fake names we came up with, one was Two Dudes, One Couch. And we kept saying it, and we're like, that's kind of hilarious, just because obviously, like, it is like whatever you associate with that, keep that to your own imagination. But we're like, Two Dudes, One Couch is kind of funny. And I had already designed logos, merch, like everything for Brightside. This was like 24 hours before our first show. And we just decided, screw it, scrap it. Let's do Two Dudes, One Couch. And then I spent like an all-nighter just putting together stuff. But we figured it out. And I'm kind of glad we ended up with it because it's hilarious when I tell people what I'm doing this summer. Because I'm like, I'm on this show. Like, oh, like, what do you talk about? I'm like, I don't really know everything. What's it called? Two Dudes, One Couch. And then the conversation usually ends there. Yeah. So it's tough.
Have you guys ever gotten like some weird copyright emails from like some weird companies?
Not yet.
Not yet, surprisingly. I mean, we've had some fantastic covers of some songs that we've sang. But unfortunately, none of those have been copyright striked yet.
I'm kind of pissed we haven't because we sing a lot. We like to just break out into song randomly. Yeah. And I feel like if we were good enough, we would get a copyright strike for that music. Yeah. But I don't think our music ability is to that level yet where we haven't got a strike yet.
Yeah. I'm saying, like, has anybody gotten mad because they've already used the name Two Dudes, One Couch for something
I have seen
else?
Other people have used Two Dudes, One Couch. There are multiple shows, but not as good as this one.
Yeah. I think game recognized game, I guess.
Yeah. That's funny. So let's go, like, you covered kind of what you're doing, but I want to go into more depth. So what is Good Time Media, Good Time Content?
Yeah, so
at its core.
So Good Time Media, it's basically just a place. I treat it as an escape from all the stuff out there. There's so like it was kind of birthed out of quarantine where I was just sitting around, and every time it went on Twitter, on Instagram, whatever, it was just people just ranting, complaining, like. The world, it felt like everything was just going to shit. And I was like, the internet and social media has such awesome capabilities. Like, there's so many cool things that can come from it. So I was like, why don't we highlight those things? Why don't we use that and exploit that almost? Where, like, I'm sitting here having a conversation with you. We're sitting here over the internet, over a camera, talking to each other. Like, that's something that didn't exist 20 years ago. Why are we not using that for good and fun stuff to, like, just keep putting positive energy out there? And I had a YouTube channel since my senior year of high school, and then that snowballed into a podcast, and that kind of snowballed into a blog. So I had all these different entities, and it was just a matter of I wanted everything under one roof, and I knew I didn't want it to just be me. So then I started to it's Good Times kind of evolved into a place where people like me who want to put out content, who want to make content, but have never had an avenue to do that, can kind of come to Good Time and be like, yeah, I'll try a blog. I've never written anything in my life, but I'll try a blog. Sure. and just to kind of give it a shot, see what works, see if they want to keep doing it. If so, great, we'll keep them on, and if not, they go their own ways. No harm. So it's kind of become a cool place where it's given a lot of people a chance to just start something. It's starting a lot of things. People starting a blog, starting a podcast for the first time, because a lot of people want to do those things. They just don't know how to do it. So, like, I'm not saying I know how to do it, but I'm just saying I'm giving you the opportunity to try to do that under the name of Good Time and just kind of, again, just create some kind of positive energy and put that back out, because as you probably have noticed, the internet is just, it's a shithole. And we're trying to kind of fill that hole with a little bit better stuff at this point.
So where do you guys think that comes from? The negativity on the internet? Where does that stem from? Why is it such a problem?
I think it's a lot of it is the anonymity of it, where it's you don't have to always put your face behind it. You can say whatever you want, and like everyone notices, like, hate breeds clicks. Hate brings like money to companies. So big headlines that are probably not true, but pretty mean, pretty out there, and just negative, that's going to get a lot of clicks, and that creates money, and so people are going to keep doing it, which I understand the business side of that, but now it's only like that because we continue to put out content like that. So if we can change that, maybe just put out a little bit more, we got to compete with it. There's so much negative stuff out there. We got to compete with it. And I think, again, sorry, back to the question, it's just anonymity of it. People like to hide behind a screen, and it's easier.
I also think the algorithms kind of award clickbait a lot. And sometimes I think like the emotions that fuel that are generally hateful. And so anything that can drive anger clicks usually has a lot more interaction. You got people fighting in the comments, so it gets boosted. And because of that, that's a lot of what you see, especially on sites like Twitter. It's always arguments and discourse. And we just try to spread a little bit more positivity.
And people are stupid.
Oh my God.
People are so dumb. Like, us included.
God,
we're probably some of the dumbest people on the internet. Look at some of our clips. Like, we don't know a lot of things, but people like to think they know a lot. So they don't. There's a, like, between us putting out a video and someone viewing it, there's some blurred line of like comedy and satire, and like we're joking half the time that people don't get.
Oh my God.
And so they're like, I don't get this. You suck. I hate this.
Like, read the comments on any of our TikTok clips.
It's hilarious.
People don't understand.
I've dealt with a lot of that recently because I've been trying to up my TikTok, and so I have a lot of more people like in my comments and stuff. And the other day I put up like a thing about some Bitcoin billionaire like dying, and I was like, what does that do for like the economy? Like, he left $2 billion or something of crypto just gone. And I'm like, so what does that do for the economy? Like, I was genuinely curious. And some kid commented, he's like, that doesn't do anything for the economy. And I'm like, I just commented, like, what are you, the president? Like, I just thought it was funny. I was like, what are you, the president? Like, what are you doing? And he's just like, I'm actually about to graduate with a bachelor's degree in economics. So
yeah, you
and
at
I was
that
just
point,
like,
close up shop.
So I comment back. I'm like, well, I'm actually about to graduate with a master's degree in economics. So, and he got pretty ticked and just like bagged on how many followers I had. But it's just like stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, there is that disconnect that you guys were talking about that I just think is really funny that people don't understand, especially because in text forms like that, you can't really convey like your speech or like your emotions.
Yeah,
if that makes
and like
sense.
a lot of stuff with our show, it's like we're going for an hour long every morning. I've said this before, like to Jack, like I like black out during the show. I don't know half the stuff I say.
100%.
And then I go back and I edit it. I'm like, why did I say that? But then also, like, a lot of it is like context within the show. Like, if you're watching from start to finish, you'll understand why I said this joke here, and that's why it was funny. But if you take that in a vacuum, that one clip, you can be like, this dude's an idiot. But again, it's just a lot of its context, which are people who watch the full show through. They understand. They kind of get the humor we're going for. But people who just see the clips, I mean, our comments aren't all bad. A lot of people just find our clips and they love it and it's great, awesome.
Yeah.
But a lot of people are like, these guys are just idiots. They don't know what they're talking about, which again, it comes with the territory.
Yeah, definitely. That's something funny I found is like when I'm trying to make TikTok clips for my podcast, you would think it's easy because like you talk for an hour and you're like, there's so many clips I could use. But it's like when it's that long form kind of content, it's hard to like clip it and make like have the clip make sense. Have you guys ran into that?
Yeah, finding the context and trying to condense it
Yeah.
into like a minute.
It's like I can't just put this one sentence in there that makes no sense. You kind of have to put this, and by that it's like 5 minutes long, and you're like, well, I just give up. Just put like a 10-second
having
dumb
Jack
clip up.
has been a lifesaver this summer because he'll timestamp stuff. So if like we have a good clip, good moment, I was like, oh, this will be a good TikTok clip. He'll write it down, and so then when I go back to edit it, I just go straight that time, like perfect. It saves me hours. It's like the best thing ever.
That's nice. So as the producer, let's get into like some of your responsibilities. What do you do for the show, and like what goes into producing the show?
Yeah, so behind the camera, I'm setting up the live stream, making sure everything is going well, keeping up with the chat, reading off any comments, questions we've got with that. I've also got a segment in the middle of the show called "Getting Loud with Laub," because Laub is my last name. Where I kind of go over, I talk about like what's happened this day in history, talk about any famous holidays, birthdays, whatever that day, just so we get a little bit more to talk about. Because usually towards the middle of the show is when you get like a dip, because we've kind of been sailing on a few topics. And so that kind of gives it some more energy. We can go off in any of those directions from there. And so I write down the timestamps for any of those clips that I think are going to make good content, make sure the video gets uploaded with the right format, make sure everything's kind of running smoothly and we're staying on topic and we're not talking about something for 30 minutes that no one's interested in.
Yeah.
Jack is the hardest working man in entertainment. I'll stand by that. It's harder than all of us.
Thank you.
Did you have a lot of experience in that beforehand, or are you kind of learning?
Yeah, so
just nothing. You just went into it.
Yeah, the reason I actually found out about this opportunity is Wyatt coaches tennis, and my brother is one of his students, and I think you had mentioned to him that he was looking for like a high school student or somebody to help out with the show. I was like, I've always been interested in entertainment. One of my majors is theater, so I'm really interested in breaking into the film industry and stuff like that. And I thought this would be a great opportunity. And it's been a lot of fun so far.
Did you know what you were like signing up for when you said like, yeah, I'll help out a little bit?
To an extent. I had been following the Good Time YouTube channel for quite a while since the
QB1 GF?
Yeah,
or the first
the original
QB1.
QB1.
Okay.
I remember watching that and thinking it was hilarious, and I've just been following since then. That's hilarious. Yeah.
That's funny. So let's kind of get a clear cut. What's the goal of Good Time Media? We talked about positivity. If you could put it into a sentence, what's your main goal? With your content,
for me personally, is to do this the rest of my life, make a living doing this full time. But as a company, I mean, really, it's just to, again, I'd say give an escape to people who, if they want to just get away, either from, say they have a job they want to get out of, their bad day, whatever, they can come to us, get away from everything. We are an escape. We're not going to take ourselves seriously ever. We never take ourselves too seriously. We're just going to have fun with it. And we don't pretend to know what we're doing. We don't know what we're doing. We're very clear about that. But we're just, again, a lot of just people figuring it out. And if you want to figure it out with us, great. Hop on for an hour, hop on for a show, hop on for a podcast, whatever you want, we can have. We have a bunch of different people who cover a lot of different ground. So if you're a movie guy, you want to read movie blogs, we got that. If you're a girl who wants a lifestyle podcast, we have that. We have sports podcasts. We have something for everyone. And so, again, we just want to act as an escape. So if you want to just get away from all that stuff out there, come to us for a little bit, hang out, leave when you want, come when you want. That's it. That's how I see it.
I also view it as like a platform for upcoming content creators, because there are a lot of people who are like, oh, yeah, I think YouTube or writing a blog or something would be pretty interesting, but I just don't know where to start. I've had people, I know Wyatt's had several people come up to him and say like, hey, I'm interested in writing about hockey or baseball or movies or something. And he's like, great, we'll get you started as soon as you write your first blog. Yeah. And so it's really just giving that opportunity to people to kind of like express their interest and kind of find what they're good at and then go from there.
I love that question too, because I've had that question a lot and it stumps me every time, because when I started a year ago, I think it was like June 3rd, I had no idea what it was going to be. And it changes like every single month. So I'm just kind of going with the process. Whatever our audience wants to see, I'm going to adapt to that. Whatever's clicking with people, I'm going to adapt to that. So like you could ask me that same question a month from now, it's going to be totally different. And eventually we're going to settle in on what our niche is. But right now, I don't feel the need to. Everyone always wants like, this is us. We're in this little bubble. Come if you want this little tiny little piece of content. But like, I feel like we don't have to do that right now. We can just kind of mold to what the audience wants and just kind of adapt in that sense. And eventually we'll find our place. We'll find what works for us. But right now, I'm just trying a bunch of things. We did a lot. Like we started a live show for no reason, having no idea what it was going to be. And it's been great. It's been awesome so far. And again, who knows what we're going to do this fall? Who knows what we're going to do in the winter? And we'll just kind of evolve with what our audience wants to see. So I think that's kind of the fun part is we haven't really dug ourselves in a hole yet. We haven't just stuck to one thing. We're kind of evolving as the time goes on.
Yeah, totally. So we mentioned that the internet is filled with all this negativity, and it's because the negativity drives clicks, and that sort of controversy is boosted and by the algorithm. So what have you guys ran into times where like trying to be positive has like bogged you down in a sense, like algorithmically and just you know what I mean?
No,
like trying to get your content out there while also being positive and like
100%. I think a big thing I like to do to try to combat that, because I understand like conflict breeds clicks. Clicks brings revenue, and that's how you keep the business going. And the good thing I always like to kind of manufacture some like fake conflict.
Oh yeah.
Like you'll have clips where like Jack and I are just screaming at each other. Today was the most heated show we've ever had.
Yeah.
But it also comes across as just like guys hanging out, friends hanging out. Like with your friends, you get in heated arguments all the time.
Yeah.
But it's always like out of love. It's always just like a fun place. No matter, it's never like malicious. Yeah. And I think that's a line that can't really come across in a headline. So like you can have a headline where like Wyatt goes off on Jack, whatever, on this, and this. But when it's coming from Good Time, you know it's not a malicious thing. It's fun. It's creating its own little environment, its own little ecosystem where we can go at each other. We can create that conflict. We can create it's not a negative energy, but it's still like a back and forth type of energy that's the same type of idea behind the negative stuff that gets clicks, but it's coming from a good place, a good spirited place of just friends hanging out, having arguments. Cause that's life. That's fun.
Yeah. It's all in good fun.
Yeah, totally.
People enjoy to go back and forth. So kind of manufacturing that kind of conflict. Like I have some bloggers I like to go in on who, when they don't write enough, but like, I don't really care that much. Like, cause they're doing it out of their own time. They're taking time out of their day to write blogs. But when they're not, I kind of take a jab at them on Twitter or something like, but it's all in good fun. It's all just kind of manufacture conflict at this point. But it is tough. I will say, like, trying to stay positive and not go down that route of like, I know this will do well, but it's not on brand for us. So it's hard. It's really tough.
Yeah. So how do you combat that? Trying to steer towards positivity instead of falling into that.
I think it really comes out of you see a lot of people like making fun, cracking some jokes at people they may not know. Whereas what we're doing is more in good fun. It's with people we do know, people we know aren't going to take it personally, I think is the big thing. And then, of course, we've got everyone on our band list, we don't actually hate Papa John's. We may not hate ABC, but we play.
Speak for yourself on that one.
We play.
I hate ABC. I will double down on that.
Yeah, I mean, I know Wyatt has this whole hoodie gate situation, which is obviously a joke, sort of.
What's that about? What's
Hoodie gate? It's gonna be big news soon. I'm sure it's gonna break the internet, but. What happened was I had someone from, I don't know if you watch The Bachelor or Bachelorette. You don't seem like the guy who does.
I don't.
There we go.
I've not.
Yeah. So anyways, long story short, I had a guy from that show come on my podcast, and everyone who comes on the podcast, I send a hoodie, send some merch to. And so it's like a limited edition. Like not a lot of people have this specific hoodie. And then a couple months ago, maybe 2 months ago, I saw The Bachelorette. Her name's Katie. She's the Bachelorette right now. She posted on her Instagram story wearing my hoodie. And I was like, how in the world? First of all, I was freaking out because like she's the Bachelorette. Like that's big news. Second of all, I was like, how the hell did she get that hoodie? Like, and so I kind of pieced it together and I found out that like he probably gave it to her. And then I was like, does that mean like they were hanging out together? They were maybe spent a night together. I don't know.
Ooh.
I didn't want to speculate.
Ooh.
But this was before her season even started to air, so I was like, that could be a big spoiler if that's true. And so
Interesting.
and then I had her friend on, the Bachelorette's friend on a couple weeks before the season started, and I asked her about Hoodiegate, and so I clipped it, and she was like, I don't know. So I clipped it, posted it, and then like Katie interacted with it, and she was like kind of winking at it, thinking it was funny. But the season should wrap up here in like a month, so I'm interested to see how it goes, and then I'll bring back Hoodiegate again, and we'll see how that goes. But yeah, that was a fun time. That was crazy when I was flipping through my Instagram stories and saw the Bachelorette wearing my merch. I was like, holy crap, that's crazy.
That's wild, dude. That's gonna be a major story.
Oh, one day, Hoodiegate.
What do you think you're ever gonna be the Bachelor? You ever try and get on that
my
show?
thing with that, I would love to. If ABC, if you're listening, I would love to. I think I've talked enough.
Well, I don't think they're gonna take you into consideration after the slander today.
So that's the thing. That's the thing. I've gone at them so many times, and I've talked to so many people from the franchise about me being on the show that either they hate me and they don't want me on, or I'm gonna just talk my way into a role on the show. Yeah. Like I feel like if I'm loud enough, they have to hear me. So like my goal is just interview everyone from that world. They're like, they know me at this point. They have to know who I am. So maybe that's a good thing. Maybe that's a bad thing. I don't know. We'll see. But I would love to. If given the opportunity, I'm all in.
Gotcha. Which one's your number one? Bachelor or Bachelorette? What do you like more?
I would say Bachelor, because the tendency is for the girls to be a lot more dramatic. It's changed recently. Some the guys on this season are great, but the past couple seasons have been equally dramatic. But I don't know. It's just both are great. Bachelor in Paradise is my favorite though. That's because they just put them all on a beach, bunch of guys, bunch of girls on a beach, and they say figure.
Is that like Love Island?
It's very similar.
You ever watch Love Island?
Yeah.
The only part I've ever seen of The Bachelor was there, or maybe it was Bachelorette. I think it was Bachelorette. Did they ever like have sex in a windmill or something?
Yep.
Was that
Hannah
everything?
Brown 3 times.
And there was like a really weird Christian guy.
He wasn't a
on
Christian
the show?
guy. He ended up being the Bachelor, but he had sex in a windmill
for
3
real?
times. So it's 3 more times than I.
And
have
I just remember he said something really strange that I was like, what? Like, what did that mean? But I don't remember what it was. It was something after the windmill.
Yeah,
I don't know, dude.
They say a lot of weird things.
What's like the draw to those shows for you? I'm just curious.
That's a great question. I never really thought about that. I think a part of it is it's one of the only, besides live sports, it's one of the only things I watch live. Like I don't watch anything else live. So like watching something live and being able to tweet about it in real time with like a community of other people who understand it.
Yeah.
And also like just buying into something that you know is like 98% fake and edited to like just appease an audience. But just kind of like throwing all that out the window and be like, you know what? I'm going to pretend everything I'm seeing is 100% real and just enjoy it.
Yeah, totally.
And throw myself into a fantasy world, like this own little bubble. I kind of enjoy that. I can kind of get rid of all like my internal, like, I know this isn't real. This is probably fake. They edited it this way. No, I'm just going to enjoy it. I'm going to sit back and let my guard down for a little bit.
Interesting. So talking about live content, what kind of made you guys move into this live show space when you could easily just record whenever you want and it's a lot less hard, but you choose to do a live show every single morning?
What do you think?
Like,
Jack?
what led
what's
to that
the best
decision?
thing about doing a live show?
I think it's the thrill of not knowing what's going to happen. It's so unscripted, and our mistakes are out there for everyone to go back and view. We post the full episode afterwards, and so I think there's a little bit more of a risk and a discomfort with that. And I think it just makes it a lot more enjoyable versus like seeing an edited down, perfected version where, we've made sure that it all cuts at the right time to make sure the jokes land. Real conversation isn't like that. And so having that, I think is just a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's very on brand for us where it's like, we don't know what we're doing. And you're going to see that on camera. Like you're going to figure out, it's literally just like when you hop in the chat during our show, you're just hanging out with us. Like we don't have a script. We don't know we barely have certain topics we want to talk about. Ask us a question, we'll go on a rant for 10 minutes about it. Like it's literally just a group of people hanging out. So
I also think it's a great way to interact with our fans. I don't know if we've had much ability to do that in the past. Besides like the comment section and some DMs maybe. I think this way we can actually involve them. They're asking questions live, and we're able to bring those up, answer them, go on a tangent about them.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that aspect of live content actually, it's making me want to start streaming this on Twitch. So I might have to get with you and ask you some questions about this because
no, definitely.
I find the live shows like what you guys are doing. I think that's so sick. That's
so
what I want
fun.
to be doing.
It's honestly like draining. Like afterwards, like after an hour live show, like I'm usually like I feel like I just like ran for an hour.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like I like mentally, not physically, obviously.
Well, partially physically. It gets
sometimes
really hot
I'm
up
sweating
here.
a lot. But yeah, it feels like a mental like workout sometimes. I'm like I black out during the shows. Like I don't know what I'm saying. So it is what it is.
So when you guys have like a bunch of people that are doing content for the first time come and work with you and kind of, so what's that process like, getting them, acquiring them, and then what do you guys offer them when they come to work for Good Time Media?
So finding people it's interesting because like you'd think it'd be super easy, but because like everyone wants to do this, but then that's the easy part, finding people, getting people who actually know what they're doing and like will benefit the company. Because I have to, yes, I want to give people a platform to like create and like try things out and figure it out and start, but also like it needs to be good. It needs to be like I obviously I give you a lot of room for error to work if you're willing to work. And like Jack, for example, he had no idea what he was doing when he first started this. And like but I knew he was willing to like figure it out as we go. And that was a big thing. If you're willing to figure it out and like work with me and like work with us and try to create the best content we can, awesome, great. I'll go through all the bumps you have to get to the point where we're actually creating good content. And then once we find people, once they come on, really right now it's a lot of offering you the ability to monetize it through like AdSense, monetize the website, we monetize YouTube, TikTok, everything. And we have already established like email list through the blog. So if someone wants to start a blog, it's hard to start from zero. We kind of offer that little bump where like you're not starting from zero. Starting with the leg up maybe, because we have an audience that gets emails every time we post a blog, are going to read what you have to say. We post about you on Instagram. We have an audience there. You're gonna get some kind of exposure right away to kind of get feedback. And then obviously we have a merch store. So like stuff starts to hit, stuff starts to do well, sell some merch, make some money, get a percentage of that. So, and then as time goes on, we'll see. Again, I'm a student still. I got one more year left. Almost everyone who's working for Good Time right now is a student. So decisions will be made probably a year from now when I'm out of school. And I'm like, all right, how am I going to see this long term? Start to sign people and figure that out. But again, it's just kind of a learning process for me. And just kind of, it's fun because I feel like I'm working with all my friends and just trying to make people laugh, which is a very simple and like almost naive idea. But I'm enjoying it. So as long as I'm still enjoying it, I'm going to keep doing it. But yeah, I think it's basically just that.
So what type of creators are you guys looking for? Like what mediums, I guess, do you guys promote? Blogs?
I'd say just about anything. Anybody who's interested, they usually actually come to us. Whether you're interested in writing about, I mean, blogs can be just about anything. I know our top blogs right now are the Bachelorette blog that Wyatt does, and Alex Porter does a blog about hockey.
Summer intern. Alex is awesome. Shout out Alex Porter. He does great work with hockey.
And so we've got people that are writing about different sports. If people want to do a podcast, I know we have some openings there. If people have an idea for like a YouTube series that they want to run by Wyatt, we can get that going. Like,
I would say I definitely want to break more into video content consistently. Right now, a lot of our video content is repurposed, which means like we have a podcast. I have a podcast. My other co-host Cole has a podcast, and then we put those interviews up on YouTube. So it's not the initial. We want people to listen to the podcast first, but if they don't tune in there, they can watch it on YouTube. Really, finding someone to who wants to vlog, like right now with the athlete situation and the name, image, and likeness stuff going on, I think it'd be really cool to like work with an athlete who maybe wants to just vlog their season and be like, hey, this is like behind the scenes of like a D1 program. This is what we do day to day. I think that'd be really cool. And then obviously TikTok is the behemoth that it is. So finding someone who's like, I want to just create content on TikTok and do this, very much open to figuring that out. So really anyone who's just willing to work and is kind of aligned with what Good Time's trying to do, I think we're very much open.
Gotcha. So anybody that kind of has an idea can hit you up if they want to. Where would they reach you guys?
We answer every DM. We're very open to ideas. It's been cool again with the athletes. We've had a lot of athletes reach out and be like, "Hey, I want to be like a Good Time athlete." So like we sponsor a bunch of athletes, send them some merch, stuff like that. But yeah, just again, we're very open to just adapting. Like I said, we like to just, if I think it's a good idea, if you think it's a good idea, let's find a way to make it work. And I'm very much willing to like help you get there and make that work and grow your own audience. I don't want Good Time to be like, oh, this is me running the ship. No, it's a bunch of different personalities doing their own thing. Like we have, again, Alex Porter, for example. Dude just writes about hockey. He knows hockey, so he writes about hockey. He does what he knows, and he'll funnel into our show every now and then. He'll do other stuff, but he can grow his own audience, his own hockey presence by himself, just under the umbrella of Good Time.
That's an awesome concept. So, real quick before you gotta leave, what's kind of the Good Time athletes / Barstool athletes? Like, I don't understand that. So, what was the whole situation with that, and how are you guys? I guess, like, what are you guys doing for them, and what are they doing for you, kind of?
Yeah, so the Barstool athlete thing was interesting because it kind of created a way. Like, I was not planning on doing anything big because, obviously, once they opened up the name, image, and likeness rules for the NCAA, so basically you're allowed to profit off yourself as an athlete, which was awesome, which is great. I think it should have been allowed a long time ago. But now athletes are, like, looking for ways to make money off themselves. So Barstool stepped in, was like this perfect example for me, or a perfect idea for them to be like, hey, come join us. Say we're a Barstool athlete. We'll give you some free merch and stuff like that. And I wasn't planning on doing anything. The only thing I wanted to do was reach out to some athletes who followed us. And it was like, hey, do you want to make content or something? I wasn't thinking about like sponsorships or anything. And then someone reached out to me and was like, hey, like, can I be like a Good Time athlete? Can I like do something like that? And I was like, sure, why not? I'll send you some merch and you post about it, and we'll sponsor you and we'll support you. And like, so now we're a big Villanova softball program. We love Villanova softball.
Awesome.
We love, what were the other? Case Western tennis. That's a small school. We love that. There's another one. Oh, IU basketball manager. So we have him on board.
Yeah, I mean, I'm Purdue, so I can't technically support that, but
as a company man, he's willing to sacrifice his loyalties. But again, it's just been cool because like then people reach out to us, which was awesome. And then again, now we have someone to root for. You know, I never would have watched Villanova softball, but now I'm going to root for them because one of them's the catcher is a Good Time athlete. Shout out to Ryan.
Yeah. That's awesome, dude. Well, I love what you guys are doing. I love the positivity, and I feel like you guys are, you're level-headed and you know what you want, and you guys work hard too, which is awesome. It's good to see. Love it, dude.
Thank you.
Hey, you too, man. You're grinding. I haven't seen the TikTok. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you, dude. I appreciate that. So where can people reach you? Where can people find your stuff real quick before we jump off?
I'd say most importantly, you can follow us on Instagram. It's at Good Time Content. If you want to see the show, it's our Good Time YouTube channel, which is linked in that everywhere. You just search Good Time Media on YouTube. You can probably find it. It's Good Time, one word, capital G, capital T. And then you can find clips from the show at Good Time Media. And then, everything should be linked there. And check us out if you want to.
Okay, sweet. Perfect. Thank you guys for coming on. I appreciate it.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us. This was fun. This was cool.
All right, guys. Thank you to Wyatt and Jack. That was fun, dude. I love what they're doing, and you guys should 110% go support them. They record from 10 to 11 a.m. Eastern Time, Monday through Friday, dude. Every morning. What are you doing? What are you doing at 10 to 11 Eastern, dude? Nothing. You may be just waking up. We're on the kind of the western seaboard, so for my time it's like 8 o'clock, and for most of your time it's probably like 8 o'clock. You're just barely waking up. Oh man, dang it, I gotta go to work or school or something that I don't want to do. I'm so annoyed, I'm so bugged. I just need something to lift my spirits. Oh wait, what? Good Time Media is live right now doing a live show? Dude, I'm going to hop right on that. That's what every morning is going to look like from here on out for you guys. I can already see it. And then after, you're going to be like, dude, and now I'm going to hit up Broc Gardner vs. the World because that's such a positive and fun podcast. And it's so fun to watch and just fun to listen to this half-retarded person speaking for so long. Dude, I went... Blue Gatorade is the official sponsor of Broc Gardner vs. the World. Ah, man. I love blue Gatorade, dude, and I love the light blue Gatorade, not the dark blue. I made the mistake of getting the dark blue the other day, but I like the light blue, but I always forget that I like the light blue, so I grab the dark blue, and then I drink the dark blue, and I remember I like the light blue. Isn't that the way things go? So I went on this date last Saturday, and we were going to this ice cream shop, and it reminded me of this story. But dude, I'm so stupid, literally. I'm literally so dumb. So it reminded me of the story. So when we were on our date, we would go to this ice cream place. It's called Handel's. If you're in St. George, Southern Utah area, bro, Handel's is the spot. I love Handel's. And I got this thing called a hurricane. So they have things that are shakes, and they have malts, and they have hurricanes. And I was like, what the F is a hurricane? I've always wondered. And so I got it last time. And I had no idea what the difference was between that and a milkshake. But whatever, dude. It was so delicious. It was so good. So we go into this ice cream shop, and I see all the names. And we were talking about this beforehand because I've been to Handel's before. And they have the goofiest names. You know, like when you're at a restaurant or like a dessert place, and they just have silly names for the food items? And you're like, I don't want to say that. It's like they got like peanut butter, and they got like cookie something, and they're like chunky monkey cookie wookie. And it's like, I don't want to say that. I seriously just don't want to tell like another person that. I don't want that to come out of my mouth and be received by somebody else's ears ever. Ever. That was the only time I ever want that to be said by me. Just now. And so we go in there, and she got something that was like a graham cracker ice cream, and it was like, the flavor was like Graham Central Station, and it's like, what are you doing? Call it graham cracker. I liked it back in the 50s when we were at war and in constant fear of our lives, and we just called stuff graham cracker. We called stuff by their names. What kind of ice cream do you want? Graham cracker ice cream. Oh, should we call that something else? Like give it a fun name? No. Graham cracker ice cream. And so that experience reminded me the other day, me and my brother were chilling in St. George, and he made me go to Cold Stone. I've never been to Cold Stone, and he was like, Cold Stone's the best, and I was like, okay, whatever. So we go to Cold Stone, and it's kind of the same as Starbucks. Their sizes have special names. And so I don't remember specifically what they were, but it was like a small, medium, large, and the small was like good, and the middle was like better or something like that, and then the large was like gotta have it or something. The large was called gotta have it or something. And so I go in there, and I'm looking at the flavors, and I'm like, dude, I just don't want to say any of these. These are such goofy flavors. Do I really have to say this? Do I really have to say the goofy name of the size? Like, oh my gosh. So I go up to the guy, and I'm like, hey man, can I get a large? And instantly, no hesitation. And it's like he was so legitimately confused. It was like it wasn't even like he was correcting me. It was like he was genuinely like confused as to what I was saying when I said large instead of gotta have it. So I'm like, hey, can I get a large? And he's like, oh, do you mean gotta have it? And I'm like, no, I don't. I don't mean that. I meant large. Does gotta have it come up in the dictionary? I meant large. And he corrected me, and he was being a real dick, or he was just like, the disconnect was just there where he had no idea what I meant by large. And it's like, really, dude? Really, dude? There's a smaller cup and a medium cup and then a larger cup. So what would I mean by that? What would me, a humble customer at Cold Stone Creamery, mean by that when I say large? You mean gotta have it? No, I don't. I meant large, okay? So to anybody that owns ice cream, dude, I support Handel's 100%, but if Mr. Handel's is watching this, please just do regular flavors. Graham cracker, cookie, peanut butter. That's literally all you need, honestly. If I'm starting an ice cream restaurant, these are the flavors I have. So I have small, medium, large cups, no cones, none of that garbage. What are you, 3? You're eating ice cream out of a cone? Are you legitimately a 7-year-old girl? When was the last time you ever ate ice cream out of a cone? Unless you're a sociopath. Anyways, sorry, I get heated about ice cream containers. I'm sorry. I will have a small, medium, and large sizes of cups. The flavors, listen to this. The flavors at Broc's ice cream shop. So you walk into Broc's ice cream. There's a big, beautiful sign and it says Broc's ice cream, and maybe it has like a little sundae picture on it. And you walk in and you see small, medium, and large cups. Okay. And then you look at the flavor board. This is what it says. Graham cracker, cookie, peanut butter, regular, which is vanilla, and it's regular. And that's the sizes and that's the flavors, dude. And if you don't want one of those, you can go to effing Cold Stone Creamery and you can say, I want the Chunky Monkey Banana Flunky Dunky. To the guy, to the grown man wearing a hat behind the counter. And no, I'm not bagging on people that are working minimum wage jobs because I respect that and I love that. But, it just aggravated me, dude. It just aggravated me that he corrected me and asked if I wanted a gotta have it size. That's not a size. You guys came up with that because you're insane. I don't know why you would come up with that. Why not? Don't you want to have something universal? Wouldn't you rather have something a universal size than some random thing that you came up with? People aren't going to understand that, dude. Hire me for your marketing, dude. Oh, my. Conor McGregor, dude, lost a fight or whatever. I don't care. Who cares? Do you? I don't. What are you, a loser? But apparently he hasn't won a fight since, he's won, one fight since 2016 or something. Dude, at some point, you got to shut up. Honestly. I don't want to fight you. Obviously, I'm not going to shut you up. But at some point, you got to, look around and be like, oh, yeah, I probably should stop talking. Even if I was, very good at something, if I was the best in the world, I would never, ever say anything close to that. And you are the best in the world. I don't know, dude. I don't watch fighting, but I heard he only won one match in the past, 5 years or something. And if that's the case, you can't go around saying my wifey's in your wifey's in my DMs. Oh, shush, your wifey's in my DMs. Irish people, dude. Oh my gosh, dude. Every time Conor McGregor talks, I just picture the Lucky Charms guy. Is that racist? I don't care. Bring it, dude. Bring it, cancel culture. Every time I see Conor McGregor, I picture the Lucky Charms guy saying this. Oh, shush, your wifey's in my DMs. Oh, your wifey's in my DMs. Dude, that was so funny. I didn't watch the fight, but I know he broke his leg, and I know he was sitting on the ground with a broken leg, yelling that your wifey's in my DMs. And I think that's hilarious. And that's honestly baller. Honestly, that's such a boss move. To be there with a broken leg, just chilling and just being like, oh, my wifey's in your DMs, still talking trash. Dude, that guy could have came over and killed you. You would have no option. Your legs are useless. You're not running. You're not walking. You're not hobbling. You're not running. You're not standing, dude. If he wanted to come kill you, he could easily do it now. And you're still, wifey's in me. Oh, your wifey's in my DMs. Oh, your wifey's in my DMs. Oh, I gotta get my Lucky Charms. Your wifey's in my DMs. Connor. Come on, Con. Come on, Con, man. What do I have? I got some TikToks to react to or something. Let's check it out. Let's check it out. Hold on. So this clip of Wendy, I don't know her name. Is her name Wendy Williams? I don't know. I don't care. It came up on my For You page, and I just thought it was really funny. Let's actually watch this. If this is real, I think it might be edited, but let's just watch this and make sure.
I have no idea who this is. Neither does Norman. Neither does one person in this building. Maybe Sus does. Do you know who Swavey is? Clap. Clap if you know who Swavey is.
So uncomfortable.
Okay.
So uncomfortable.
Well, he's a TikTok star. He's got more followers than me. 2.5 million.
Oh! Dude, such a mom audience. clearly such a mom audience. 2.5 million followers. Oh, like in all reality, 2.5 million followers means nothing in the atmosphere today with TikTok. You can have, I don't know, dude. I bet you could have like 10 million followers and I would never know who you are. But back in the day, that wasn't the case. Like if you had like a big following like that, pretty much everybody knew who you. Like you were either like a huge star or you were a nobody. But now it's kind of like there's like this weird in-between where it's like you have a couple million followers, but like you might not get recognized like out on the street. I don't know if that makes sense. There's a lot of people on TikTok with millions of followers though. Like I'm just saying it's like not an impressive feat, but this mom audience clearly like thinks it is, which is just cute. Not cute like in a douchebag way, like cute like in a, it's actually cute.
But on Instagram, you have more followers.
Oh, worst thing I've ever heard. What did he say? Run it back, 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 run it back. Run it back. On TikTok. On TikTok. On TikTok. But on Instagram, you have more followers, Wendy. Pardon.
On TikTok, but on Instagram, you have more followers.
Yes, Wendy. Yes, Wendy.
So here he is.
Okay, so they're bragging about how this kid has less followers than them on Instagram. Already, clip is pretty funny, pretty uncomfortable for me to watch, and pretty funny. All right, bragging about how this kid on TikTok, he has like a big following, but Wendy has more followers on Instagram. Okay. Again, such a mom audience. This has to be edited.
He's 19, and he was murdered Monday morning.
Oh. Is this an edit? I seriously, did you guys catch that? Did you guys understand the arc that just happened? I'm probably look like a fool right now, like I just got. Somebody that knows, please comment, was that edited? Was that a bit? Was that two different things? Because it did not look like it was two different things. It looked like it was the same video. And if that is the case, that is hilarious and also kind of a little bit sad, but mostly hilarious. They were bragging about how she has more followers on Instagram, indirectly making fun of how he looked. And then she just says, he was killed on Monday. And immediately the mom audience goes, "Aww. Aww." They went from clapping to how Wendy has more followers than him to mourning him. If that is edited, I admit that I got, okay? I'm not the brightest bulb in the jar. And dude, I'm just out here trying to have a fun time. But if that's not edited, that is one of the top 10 funniest things I've ever seen in my life. And I saw another Wendy Williams clip where she was talking about, I can't remember who it was, like a celebrity family, and she was like death to all of them or something. And I was like, what? Like if you're the person editing these to make it look terrible, props to you because it looks 100% real. But if she's actually saying stuff like this, like that is so funny. And I don't know what this is.
Hi, Justin.
Justin Bieber confronts fans camping outside home. So this girl's asking for a hug.
I hear you. 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 This is my home.
I hear you.
This is where I live, and I don't appreciate you guys being here. You guys can be anywhere else. This is my home. You know, this is where at the end of the night when you come home, you want to relax. This is my space to do that.
Dude, so wholesome. I love Justin Bieber. He's grown so much. The man's an icon, dude. I love JB, to be honest. And I like some of his music, dude. He's got some good tunes. So this is the situation for those audio listeners. So Justin Bieber's trying to get into his house, and he has a swarm of chicks outside his house. And he's just running in, and this chick asks for a hug, and he kind of like turns to the crowd, and he's like, being super polite. He's just like, guys, like, this is my home. Like, you could do this anywhere else, but like, this is my home. Like, this is where I go to relax, and I want to get away from all this stuff. Like, being like super like understanding and like, yo, like, can we like stop doing this? Oh, dude. Did you pick up on that? So the girl that asked him for the hug the first time, after he gave the spiel about please leave my house, asked for another hug the second time. And Justin Bieber leaves. I'm not going to give you a hug. I'm not giving you a hug. I'm sorry. I'm not giving you a hug. The hand thing, dude. If anybody does this to you, no matter what, even if you're in the right, you feel so dumb and so small and stupid. If anybody does this with their hands, I'm not going to give you one. Oh, she must feel so stupid right now. But probably not, to be honest, because she's the one that did it. I feel like there's such a lack of self-awareness in that video that made me laugh so hard. But anyways, guys, it's been over an hour, guys, on this podcast. I hope you enjoyed it, man. I'm so excited. We're going to have another guest next week, and then we got a couple more weeks until the podcast just completely changes into something completely new and completely more fun and completely more free. We'll have the placement where we'll be at. Like here, I'm in this town, and there's fun stuff to do, but I feel like there's just going to be a lot more opportunity to do different stuff when we're in the bigger city. There's more people we can, pick from to have on the show. I'm pretty much just going to have anybody I find funny on the show, like that I meet in life. And then there's just like other stuff that I want to do that we can accomplish when we're down there, dude. So I'm really excited. I'm excited to have some other people on board and, have it not just be me speaking to a camera by myself in a room. Like there's nobody else in here. There never is. There's never anybody else in here. So I'm stoked for that. Oh, I got a bubble in my throat. I'm so sorry, dude. That's so unattractive. Thank you guys for listening. I really appreciate you. Go check out Good Time Media and also check out me because I'm the one that made this podcast. Let's be real. I'm the one that made this podcast, so you should also check out me. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much. If you haven't already, subscribe, comment, leave a 5-star review because you guys don't understand how much that helps me. And, I'm just out here trying to achieve my dream and have fun and give you guys some stuff to listen to and watch whenever you want. So, we're giving and taking. We're giving and taking to each other. It's a trade, man. It's a fair trade. Thank you guys. Love you. Have an amazing weekend.